Oun Abbas Hussain here for Seconds Out, here with Willy Hutchinson.
Yeah.
Well, how's it going, man? Big fight Saturday night for the vacant British and Commonwealth title. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, you know. I'm feeling good. I'm just ready. I'm looking forward to putting on a performance now on Saturday night. Obviously, the weigh-ins tomorrow and the fights on Saturday, and I can't wait.
The weigh-ins tomorrow, not a lot of fighters are normally happy the night before.
No, exactly.
How are you?
Well, I was just saying it about 10 minutes ago to someone. This is the lowest weight I've made. I haven't made 12 stone. I've been in camp since my last fight. I haven't left. I went home for a week over Christmas. I was training. I come back to camp 2 days after Christmas. I haven't seen my family since then. I've seen my dad twice. I've done everything right. My diets went perfect. Have you seen a boxer a night before a weigh-in doing interviews, chilling? And it's the lowest I've made, 12 stone.
It'd normally only be the heavyweights, to be honest.
Exactly. So I'm feeling very, very good, and I'm ready. I'm looking forward to putting on a performance.
Just talking about that, a lot of people don't see the sacrifices you guys have to put through, like the family sacrifices, the food sacrifices. Just talk to the fans or the people who are not aware of what sort of sacrifices you've got to put through for a fight camp.
You know what it is? It's really a lifestyle. You've got to make it a lifestyle. If not, you'll end up crumbling. It's all a sacrifice, isn't it? They're waking up in the morning at 6 in the morning every morning. You're going to train. You have to train twice a day. You got to push your body to the limits. You're tired all the time. You can't see your family. I'm hungry. There's no one more hungry than me all the time. I'm constantly hungry. So I've put a lot of work in. And that's all I'm going to do anyway. I've had to change my lifestyle. It's not that my lifestyle wasn't like that, but even more so now, everything's picking up. I've got to turn it into a lifestyle. If not, you'll crumble away.
Lennox Clarke, Saturday night for the vacant British and Commonwealth titles.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your opponent, man. We know I saw the head-to-head that you did on the Queensbury Promotion channel, and it was interesting. I spoke to him earlier on, and he said that, you know what, he riled me up when you spoke about the Lerone Richards fight. He did rile me up. What do you make of him?
You know what it is? He's not a bad man. He's not a bad man, and he can fight a bit, but that's all he can do. Listen, he'll be coming to win one. He'll be coming to try and take my head off. But I'm going to do a job on him, Anna. I'm going to do a job on him and get the win and look fantastic while doing it.
Have you seen him spar? Because Dominic told me that he has come to the gym to spar.
He has. He's come to the gym to spar. He sparred, I think, 2 or 3 of the lads, and 2 of the 3 of the lads butchered him, and I butchered 2 of the 3 of the lads in the gym. And you know, it's one of them things, isn't it? It's how it goes. It's
sparring life.
It's sparring life. It's sparring life. He come to the gym, and I think he took a few hidings, didn't he? And had a long ride home back to Birmingham, I think.
Just watching that head-to-head, he was saying that, listen, this Willy Hutchinson hasn't fought anyone to any note. I spoke to Dom just then. He said, yeah, look, we may have not fought names, but we've fought people with experience.
Yeah.
For yourself, when people say to you, no, he hasn't really fought anyone, he's going into this British title fight, what do you want to say to them?
What do you mean? About myself?
Yeah, when people sort of criticise the sort of history and the fighters that you fought in the past, and you've got Lennox Clarke saying the same thing to yourself, what do you want to say to them?
Listen, to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter. It's about the people who have boxed. He's fought no better. I'm not going to be cheeky or anything, but he's not that much far in front of the men I've actually fought, and that's because of the truth. He drew with a bin man who had, I think he had about 17 fights and won half, lost half, and he drew with him. He got jab, stab, moved and grooved off Lerone Richards. So he says that I've been boxing bin men. So he was like a little tiny dustbin, isn't he? Like the bin men empty the dustbins, didn't they? And he's like only short, like he's only there, isn't he? So, you know what I mean? It's good. Listen, for who I've fought or what I've done, it doesn't really matter. I take them fight by fight, and I've been looking well while doing it. And yeah.
Actually, talking about Lerone Richards, then we were anticipating that fight to happen, and then he sort of.
I've got a story for you. Lerone Richards was at my gym about 2 days ago sparring someone from my gym. Anyways, we got talking. Lerone's alright. He's a nice lad. He fought Lennox Clarke, didn't he? Jab, stab, moved and grooved him. and Lerone reckons I'm going to knock him out in 5 rounds. That's Lerone Richards' prediction.
Interesting. I thought there might have been some bad blood between yourself and Lerone, because you wanted that fight, and then sort of everything just moved away quite quickly.
Listen, Lerone, there's no bad blood. There's really no bad blood. This little man's making bad blood out of nothing. He's trying to get blood out of stone. I'm only going to laugh at him anyway. The same outcome's going to happen whatever it comes and goes. This little man can shout in my face, he can say what he wants, he can tell everyone he's going to kill me. We're fighting on Saturday. You know what I mean? I'm only going to laugh, it's funny to me. So there's no bad blood. Lerone Richards is a nice lad, he's alright. And he didn't want to fight me, so he ended up giving up his belts and letting this little man fight me, and bless him, he's took it. I feel sorry for him.
So Saturday night, what's going to happen? What are the fight fans going to see on Saturday night?
You know what it is? They're going to see something special. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to put a demolition job on. I'm going to jab, stab, move and groove. It's just going to be a fantastic night, and I can't wait. And I'm in great stead of my career. I'm only 22. I've had 13 fights. This is my 14th fight, and I'm absolutely feeling fantastic.
I don't want to sort of ask this question and sound repetitive, because I know a lot of people have sort of asked you something very similar, but you've had Frank Warren call you the next Joe Calzaghe. You've had, you're managed by Shelley Finkel, who's a well-known man.
Lennox Clarke called himself Nigel Bend, didn't he? Or something.
Yeah. So just going off that, it's not more about the pressure, but do you sort of appreciate all the things that are getting said about yourself at this present time? Because not every fighter gets called the next Joe Calzaghe by Frank Warren. Yeah. Frank Warren's a well-known promoter, one of the most well-known promoters in the world. Yeah. So when you hear these sort of things, do you sort of appreciate the support that you're getting, and does it push you further to better yourself?
You know what's nice is my promoter believes in me. My manager believes in me, and my coach believes in me. The rest, it's all nice. Yes, listen, I appreciate everyone. They can say it's the same as this little man. He's telling people he's going to kill me, this, that, and the next thing. Listen, and the people that saying of like him putting me to Joe Calzaghe, I do appreciate it. Yes, it's nice, but it still comes to me, and I still got to get a job done. So it is nice, and I take it in. Of course I do, but. I've still got to put the hard work in and do what I need to do.
There's 2 final questions from myself. I want to just move away from yourself very quickly. I want to talk about one of your old teammates in the gym, Billy Joe Saunders, flying out to America to fight Canelo Alvarez. Talk to me about him, man. How do you see that fight playing out?
I think it'll be a very, very good fight. I think it'll be a hard fight. If Billy's on it, I believe Billy's the only man for me in the world that can beat Canelo. Okay. And if he's on his ball, he'll beat Canelo 1,000,000%. I hope he does, and I hope he brings the belts back to Britain. And there probably won't be no better person to do it than him. But God willing, he's done what he's needed to do, put the hard work in, and everything will pay out for 1,000,000%. And
obviously another fight I need to talk to you about, fellow Scotsman, one of the best fighters on these shows, without a doubt, Josh Taylor, fighting in a unification clash against Jose Ramirez. Yeah. Now, first of all, how big is it that one of your people from your country is basically flying the flag for these shows? Because he is probably the most talented fighter, and he carries the belts to prove that in Britain. Yeah.
In Britain, forget about Scotland. In Britain, he's probably the most talented boxer in Britain just now. 1,000,000%. And I'm going to tell you the God's truth. I haven't watched the man he's fighting, so I couldn't say how good he is or how he isn't. But I hope to God that he does it for Scotland and Britain. He is. He's got to be one of the best in Britain, hasn't he? Never mind Scotland. So but for us, for Scotland, he's flying the flag, isn't he? He's leading the pack, and God willing, we'll get a massive show in Scotland when the fans are allowed back in. And there's a few of us that can bring a massive, massive crowd back into Scotland and have some great nights.
Because finally, then, how much of a big inspiration, motivation is it when you see Josh Taylor fighting these world-renowned fighters, beating them, and now fighting out in one of the biggest fights in that division, in America, under the big headlights? Everyone's eyes will be on that fight. How much of an inspiration, motivation is it for yourself?
It's massive, isn't it? Of course it is. That's where he's at, is where I want to be. It's he's done unbelievable, and I believe he can do even better. and he can go on and win even more. I believe you always get that one special fighter every generation, and I believe he's that. And I hope to God he does. I hope to God he fills his potential and does even bigger things.
Cool, Will. I'm gonna leave it here because I know, you want to go and rest. It is quite late in the night.
Alright, I'm chilling, man.
But yeah, I'm gonna let you go anyway. Willy Hutchinson, it's been a pleasure talking to yourself. Good luck on Saturday night against Lennox Clarke. Just a final message for the fans.
Just tune in, and I hope it all goes good and we get the job done, and you'll see something spectacular.
Cool. Willy Hutchinson, thank you very much for talking to Seconds Out. Top man.